Social media reactions to Star Wars. Skeleton Crew have a lot of praise in store for the new Star Wars TV show, assuring audiences that their love for the franchise will be reignited all over again. Skeleton Crew's unique cast of characters, composed primarily of its 4 leading children, shows viewers the galaxy through younger eyes. This fresh take has promised something completely different from what Star Wars has ever done before, complete with a pirate-themed adventure, and audiences are sharing their first reactions to everything it has to offer. On X, formerly known as Twitter, viewers who have experienced Skeleton Crew are sharing their thoughts about the latest Star Wars TV show. Many of these reactions are shouting their praises for the newest Star Wars adventure, and even its criticisms are positively reinforced. Check out some of these social media reactions below. Daniel Baptista describes Skeleton Crew as a coming-of-age adventure filled with wonder and classic Star Wars magic before praising creator John Watts for its use of practical effects and more. Baptista adds that it will make you fall in love with Star Wars all over again. Meanwhile, Rob Keyes of Screen Rant uplifts Skeleton Crew's fun and lore, but still finds other elements unsatisfying, particularly the show's shorter runtimes and emphasis on its pirate theme. Overall, Keyes rates the first 3 episodes of the show as mid. Justin Lawrence also calls Skeleton Crew pure Star Wars magic, directly accrediting it to an Amblin-style journey that feels like a love letter to the 1980s. In sum, Lawrence writes, it's a thrilling ride with a cast of misfit kids for fans of all ages. It's Star Wars from an outsider's perspective, Germain Lucier writes of Skeleton Crew. The character's cluelessness about the Star Wars galaxy, Lucier insists, adds a specific charm, which gives the show less thematic weight but a greater sense of joy and discovery. Brie Fallon Kenobi shares that Skeleton Crew showcases all the things we love about Star Wars while also bringing in so much more for new audiences. As far as recommendations go, I cannot recommend it enough for old and new fans still. Tom Bacon of Screen Rant points out that even amidst its charm, Skeleton Crew took a little too long to find its feet, perhaps most notably because Jude Law's Jod Na Nawad is underused so far. Regardless, however, Bacon praises Skeleton Crew for using Easter eggs better than a lot of Star Wars stories. As for Zach Goins, Skeleton Crew is the most fun I've had with Star Wars in over half a decade. Goins shares that the show is pure joy that channels the fun of the trilogy with a Spielbergian sense of heart and adventure. Lacey Gilleran insists that watching Skeleton Crew is like stepping back into my childhood. Gilleran highlights Robert Timothy Smith's Neil, but sets Law's Jod above them all, describing him as a cosmic force of charm and mystery. Chris Killian describes Skeleton Crew as being built from the bones of the Goonies and insists that it's exactly what I wanted, a fun, heartfelt adventure that captures the wonder of being a kid in a galaxy far, far away. Killian even expresses hope for a major Star Wars cameo, writing, I hope we see him cross paths with Mando in the near future. Lastly, I also shared my own thoughts on my X account Molla Brazel, emphasizing how Skeleton Crew makes me feel like the kid I once was watching Star Wars for the first time. My last assertion is a bold yet truthful one. It's one of my favorites Star Wars has ever done. What Skeleton Crew's social media reactions mean for the show's reception. These generally positive reviews are a wonderful sign. These social media reactions thus far prove that Skeleton Crew is exactly what Star Wars needs right now, a positive source of pure fun and wonder. It respects the lore of the Star Wars universe without it weighing down the show too much, thanks to the children's own lack of knowledge about the greater galaxy. Even its criticisms can be dealt with more easily because of the charm of its cast, and even these will hopefully be corrected as Skeleton Crew's story continues to develop in future episodes. Skeleton Crew is exactly what Star Wars needs right now. It brings audiences back to their own Star Wars childhoods. Port Borgo in Star Wars Skeleton Crew. After a year of lore-heavy storytelling, emotional story arcs, and even intense controversy, Skeleton Crew is something fun, light, and whimsical that Star Wars desperately needs. It serves as a tribute to everything that's come before, which is why so many audiences are saying that they feel the way they did when they watched Star Wars for the first time as children. Seeing Star Wars through children's eyes in Skeleton Crew changes the audience's perspective on the galaxy in the most perfect way, making this a show that viewers certainly ought to follow.